What's up? What's up? I am live at my PC now instead of trying it out on my phone. Horribly. I am actually going to be working on that warehouse. I'm going to clean it up and get some Wi-Fi in there, and we'll be able to actually do some streams from there. From my gym. From my home gym. But let's talk some UFC. I'm actually going to try to find if I can rewatch the Robert Whittaker and RDR fight. I can, watch it again. If I can remember my ESPN login, to be honest with you. Guess it's on my computer behind me, or Amazon Fire Stick. Damn, UFC does a pretty good job. They do a pretty good job at keeping things down. Man, on Twitter, though, you do see a lot of people like really hopping on the RDR train. Most of them did not even see him at least fight Anatoly Malakin on one championship. I'm not against him getting all these new fans. It's just very interesting to see how many people on Twitter are just hopping on the RDR fanboy wagon. I like him. I do like him. Personally. I think he could be a contender, but I don't know how he's going to do against Dricus. I don't know how he's going to do against Hamzat. We saw how Rob did against them, obviously. And then how they fought against Rob, right? And then how RDR went to a decision and it was close. I mean, these are all also three different versions of Robert Whittaker. Some say he's washed here, but in the third round, he had a nasty overhand right and dropped RDR. We thought RDR could have actually been finished there. Crazy. Don't get me wrong. Fantastic knees the whole fight by RDR. I think that's ultimately what ended up winning him, is that pressure up the middle. But the fans that are hopping on his train right now, I'm not saying that he can't win a championship. I gotta still see him take that next step. He is very talented. I like him. I'm a big fan. I just gotta see it. How's he going to do against Hamzat? How's he going to do against DDP? Oh, dude. They announced Lerone Murphy and Aaron Pico. I'm fucking hyped for that. I actually tweeted out during the last card that us as fans, we were so let down when we didn't get Mavsar and Aaron on that card in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. I'm so sorry. But I think that might have been what they were missing, honestly. Jan versus Marcus was good, but you can tell that there were some levels, man. You can tell. And Marcus, You're 35. It's not, it's not easy. You are still a very good prospect, but you're not a young prospect either. And we're going to see if you can bounce back in your next fight and see how much that you learned. And this happens to the best of them. I mean, Bo Nickel just lost to RDR. We'll see how he's going to bounce back. This happens to everybody. It doesn't matter sometimes. Look at Sean O'Malley against Merab. It happened. There's levels. It is what it is. Some people just have it. Are you going to be able to figure it out and bounce back is another? That's the biggest question, I think. Let's see. There you go. There's the event list that I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, so the next pay-per-view is Hamzat and DDP. And a lot of people are even saying that it might not happen. I don't think that is going to be on DDP's part. And I'm surprised, isn't it? Yeah, it's in Chicago. Has Hamzat even fought in the United States before? Am I wrong? I don't think so. I'm wrong. Yeah, I am wrong. Holy. But I thought that he was so what was all of that about then? I am wrong. What was all that about? Was it that he couldn't return or now he can return? I'm absolutely wrong on that. Let me look that up. Oh, okay. So it was just bullshit. And if people are saying that Robert Whittaker is washed, and I'm not one of those people because I don't think that's the case, then how is he getting a title shot, Hamzat? Why are so many people pushing him if like all his wins? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like some people really pick and choose how they feel about player or people's opponents. That shit is kind of ridiculous to me. I think Hamzat's good, but if we looked at the lineup of opponents, it's not even the same. Oh, you got MVP versus Cannonier on that. MVP's going up to 85, huh? He's staying there since the bullet. I thought he mentioned that the bullet fight was just like a fun fight. I guess he's staying at 85. Pretty sure that he was talking about just going up there really quick and coming back down. But I guess now he's facing Cannonier at 319. That'll be fun. Pratis and Neal? Okay. We'll see if Pratis can bounce back. I know he had a really, really good late 5th round against Ian. Some people really thought that he could have stepped on the gas and gotten him out of there, but Tim Elliott, Kai Asakura, that's sneaky. King Green, Bobby Green. We love it. We love it. Man, I'm just interested. That's got to be the co-main, right? 319. That's got to be. Man, and I won't lie, man. Lerone Murphy, he is my dark horse in the 145 division, but now he's got to welcome in Aaron Pico, bro. I don't know about that. I had Lerone Murphy as just this guy that I really thought could go up and just fight for the belt eventually and really be just someone out of nowhere, just climbing. And then here he is. Now he's going against Aaron Pico. This is a fucking test. This is a test, but he accepted. You know the man's a dog, and you love that. That's going to be a fucking bout, man. Holy. He just went through Barbosa. Who was before Barbosa? There's another vet. Emmett. That's who it was. That's who I'm thinking of. Ige. I didn't even realize Ige was between them. Fuck. I didn't even realize that. I did watch that though. Whittaker's gotta face Sean Strickland now, right? Or does Sean Strickland and Izzy, is that gonna be a thing, or is Izzy gonna be the backup? Wasn't that also had mentioned? The backup for 319? Is he gonna be the backup? Oh, what? No, that was for the main event at Abu Dhabi. This is some bullshit, man. What the fuck is wrong with me, man? I keep getting duped. Bro, it's all some bullshit. Can't trust nothing on the internet, dog. That's what the UFC announces. Fuck. It was some bullshit. Bro, Whittaker's got to go face Sean. Or Izzy's got to go face Sean. Someone's got to go face Sean. What's going to happen with him post that athletic commission? I really don't know. It's a damn shame I can't watch that fight back right now. I want to watch that fight back. Can't log into my ESPN. They are like the worst streaming service of all time. How far away are we? August 16th. Damn, that's literally in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's sub 2 weeks. Or sub 3 weeks, sorry. Sub 3 weeks. I can't read. Man, dude, is Hamzat even going to show up? That's the most important. Apparently, he has been working with Sam Calvia, TJ Dillashaw, his like coach in the garage. Like as much as I can recall from the Jackson podcast and what he had mentioned, I think there's even some footage of him, Armin, in the garage. They're breaking records compared to what Aaron and TJ were setting in, I guess, Juan Archuleta as well. Per TJ on the Jackson podcast. It's going to be really interesting to see what kind of game plan Chimaev is going to take in this DDP fight. Because DDP is so, everyone says it every single time he fights, unpredictable. You don't even know what's going to happen half the time. He might not even know what's going to happen. He's very wild. He's not necessarily technical. And I'm not just going to consistently regurgitate TJ Dillashaw. But TJ, many fighters have talked about this. When you are a technical fighter, I've never fought. I've never trained. Not going to act like it. So I'm obviously going to refer to them. But when they talk about it, they talk about when you are perfect form, traditional, you know exactly where the shot's going to be. You know exactly where they're going to be, their hand placement, everything. So it's a lot easier to prepare for somebody like that versus DDP because of how wild, how unpredictable, and you really don't know where that shot's going to be coming from. And this is going to be interesting. I think unless I'm getting like sentineled or bullshitted again from some online source, the DDP put up like 10K for every takedown Khamzat gets, or did Armin like say something about that and I'm wrong? But if that's the case, this will be interesting. I mean, DDP is no joke. He's proved me wrong. I don't think he won the first Sean Strickland fight, but I think the second fight proved it was all due to output. It was all due to output. Sean Strickland made no adjustments in the second fight. No adjustments, and more or less regressed in terms of the aggression and output. And that body kick and those just relentless pressure by DDP changed the whole course of that fight, especially early on. And then as soon as he broke that nose, you could tell the dude was out for blood. Now, what I'm very curious on is once Khamzat even deals with a hint of adversity, what kind of person is he? What kind of champion is he? Because, and I'm not just saying this in a bad way, but when he was sick, he wanted to retire and quit. Dana stepped in, helped him out, apparently, then got sick. I'm not close to the situation. I don't know personally. But we've seen him be able to just, I'm retired, I'm done. So is that going to happen in the fight if he deals with any adversity? I'm very curious to see if that's going to happen. DDP, on the other hand, we've seen him go through some shit. We've seen him with his broken nose, with some of the cardio issues, some of the changes he's made, how he's proven a lot of people wrong in the second Sean Strickland fight. Me personally, I'll give him that one. It's different. There's a lot of adversity, and someone that really hasn't faced much in competition yet. That's where I think we're going to find out who Khamzat Chimaev really is whenever, if something happens, like let's say, perfect example, Sean Strickland breaking his nose in their second fight against DDP. As soon as that happened, you saw a change in Sean Strickland. Now, is something similar going to happen to Khamzat Chimaev if this ends up becoming a war? If this becomes a five rounder decision or tough fight and someone gets finished at the end? If he has any adversity, does he wilt? Does he continue? Like, how much of a change is his person going to be while he is a competitor? We are going to see that. I think that's my number one question, is how much of a competitor, when the adversity comes, when the shit hits the fan, is he going to be versus DDP? Or he never even gets put in that position because he's so fucking good. I don't know. I guess number one question for Khamzat that everyone talks, I say everyone, lightly, because, you know, Twitter trolls and shit. But cardio, right? If you go back to Gilbert, you go back to Usman, they always talk about, oh, if this, if that. Well, we're going to find out. Did the Sam Calvia in the garage with all of that hard work on the bike, apparently, setting whatever records, Is it going to change his cardio? Is he going to be a different fucking man come August 16th? I really don't know. We're going to find out. I mean, that's the only way that people improve. I mean, that's the only way. You got to put the work in. And DDP being champion, now what? He's defended it twice? Because he got it off Sean, he defended it against Izzy, and he defended it against Sean again. You got to give it to him, man. 2 title defenses. If he can defend against Hamzat, I would love to see the RDR matchup. I'm not saying RDR has to be next, because if that's the case, that doesn't necessarily make me feel that great about it either, because DDP beat Robert, got a title shot, right? Then Hamzat beat Robert, got a title shot, right? RDR beats Robert, gets a title shot, right? Like there's some repetitiveness here for beating the same guy, and the same guy's kind of gone on a little bit of a slide. And even though I don't think that he's washed, I don't. I think he's very, very, very good. But he is also someone who has fought at 170. Do you think RDR is making 170? Do you think DDP is making 170? We've seen Hamzat, but he moved up for a reason. So that's my point is, I think Robert, he's not washed. He might be a little past his prime, but he's also outgunned. I think he's going against these massive middleweights, and he's not saying, I'm not saying he's got to go down to 170, but he did fight there, and he did come up. Those guys are not going to go down to 170, most of them. So there's something that has to be said in terms of that. But with Hamzat getting a title shot, with DDP getting a title shot after beating Robert, it just doesn't seem right that RDR gets a title shot after he beats what? Mearshart, Holland, Nickel, Whittaker. Are we just going to forget about my guy, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez? What is he on? Like a 11 fight win streak right now? It's something ridiculous. Like, let's not forget this dude. He's been paying his dues. And I don't mean this in any way against any fighter. It's not that RDR hasn't either, but I don't think RDR beating Robert deserves another title shot after this fight. I think maybe there needs to be a number one contendership. I think there needs to be something like that. Now, we got to look up. Because he hasn't fought. He's going to be fighting Roman Dolidze? When was this announced? When is this for? This is coming up. My goodness. This is coming up. So what ranking is Roman Dolidze? Wasn't fucking Hernandez, didn't he just crack the top 10? Or am I crazy? Come on, man. Hernandez deserves to go up the rankings. Come on. Okay, so he is fighting up. He is fighting up. He is fighting up. I'm just happy to see that. All right. So Roman Dolidze is at 8. He's at 9. I'm not saying that I'm picking Anthony Hernandez, but I normally go my dog. All right. He's pretty fucking good. And I think a lot of people underrate him. Now, later on in that, we do have MVP stepping into the 185er rankings. Since he's beaten Shar Bullet, I really did think he was going to go back down to 170. But it seems like he's sticking around and he's going to be facing the, something Gorilla. Fuck is Jared Cannonier? What is his damn nickname? The Killer Gorilla. Man, messed it up. Sorry, buddy. That's interesting because if MVP gets into that 185 striking battle with, bro, that opens up some fun fights, because then right above Jared Cannonier, you got Kaio, Robert, Izzy, Hamzat, Sean, Imavov. Come on, like, the 85 division is about to get fun. And don't get me wrong, we got Rainier, RDR coming up. We don't know where he's gonna rank after they give after his win over Whittaker. I'd assume 5. In my opinion, damn. Part of me really wants to see Izzy and Sean too. But then again, it just feels like we need to kind of like give some of the younger guys a chance. Like Kaio versus somebody, you know? Is Kaio going to be facing Imavov? That's not a thing, is it? It is a thing. Let's go. It is. Let's go. Okay. Awesome. That was announced on September 6th. Let's go. So, damn, that's awesome. I really do like that. And that's perfect for them because that's right after the belt. So if, let's say, if one of them just get a crazy highlight or do something nice, that's a big opportunity for either of them right after the belt. But if they don't, then I definitely can see RDR in versus like the winner, or I'm sorry, no. Damn. Is the winner gonna just get a fucking title shot, you think? I think the winner might actually just get a title shot. It don't really matter how. Because if Kaio beats number 1, then it's fair that he gets like a shot, especially if let's say, damn. Because if Hamzat, I just ripped the fuck out of my headphones. Not that I need them, but if let's say, for instance, if Hamzat just cooks DDP, right? If he just cooks DDP, this is gonna be insane, because then he's not gonna get a title shot rematch probably, and then whoever wins against Imavov and Kaio, they're probably just gonna feed to Hamzat. I would assume so. And then DDP doesn't even get a title shot rematch if he loses. But if Hamzat loses, depending on how he loses, is gonna change his title shot in the future, because of these next couple of challengers, in my opinion. Like, if Hernandez keeps winning, let's just double check. What kind of fight streak is he on? Double check. So he's on a 7-fight win streak, okay? Hernandez. So for instance, if he beats Roman Dolidze, that's 8. Then if MVP and Cannonier happen, let's say MVP wins. Well, fuck, I guess it doesn't really matter because they'll probably just stay around that 7th spot regardless. But let's say MVP wins or Cannonier wins. They'll stay there. Kaio versus Imavov, 1 and 6, depending, because Kaio could jump to 1. That's why I'm doing this. And then Imavov's obviously going to drop. Sean already lost twice to the champ currently. So if DDP wins, we need to see Sean versus Izzy or Whittaker. Probably Izzy. And then if Kaio wins, or whoever wins, Kaio or Imavov, they're going to be facing the champion of 319. That's for sure. But Whittaker, damn, I want to know how much they're going to drop him after RDR comes up, because that's going to be interesting. And then if maybe Whittaker versus Hernandez, but how much can you deny Hernandez getting an opportunity and people leapfrogging him? Like, it just doesn't really seem fair either. Because if he does win, that's an 8-fight win streak. He's been getting like tough matchups and figuring it out and winning and getting to this point. So whoever loses, I could see them giving RDR from the championship. Like, if Hamzat loses, I could totally see RDR versus whoever loses the championship. I'm pretty like confident in that. He needs one more before he gets a title shot. Man, I'd be kind of pissed off if he gets a title shot after he beat Robert, and like the last two dudes to get a title shot beat Robert. Like, it, I don't know. And then Robert's only win would be who's the dude Hamzat beat? Aliskerov. There you go. So if that's his, oh, and he beat Paulo. Okay, he beat Paulo too. So, but I mean, that's still really tough though, because I just don't think that you get a title shot after beating Whittaker like now. I can see why Hamzat did now in hindsight. Now that I questioned it prior, I'd be curious to see what ranking Costa was at the time, because I know that Aliskerov was supposed to be Hamzat. It was almost like you kind of get in there, buddy. Like, damn, 185 is just like a fucking what's going on. These guys, the top guys, are losing from a couple of years ago, and now we got some new blood, and who is gonna come up and try to take the gold? That's kind of how I'm seeing it right now, man. I think Kaio, if I'm pronouncing that right, I think Kaio is talented. Fluffy is talented. And RDR. Those got to be my three. I don't want to say like favorites, but like I'm pretty confident in like their ability to perform. And right now, from that interview that RDR had on the Mighty Cast, right? That's what they call it. I just think about it as like DJ Mighty Mouse or whatever his podcast. I think they call it the Mighty Cast. But excuse me. Damn. Water. I don't burp that much, but it happens. Anyways, so on the Mighty Cast, when I was listening to it, what I really thought was interesting is how much they talked about, what do you think of the potential Looney Tunes matchup between RDR and DDP? Who wins and how? Welcome. Appreciate you around the earth. I did talk about it earlier a little bit, and I don't know how that matchup is going to go, because DDP loves the body kick and RDR loves those Dutch knees. So if DDP gets RDR down, does RDR get a submission? Is it best for DDP to stand up? They're both wild. DDP's hella unpredictable. I don't know. How tall is RDR versus DDP? Because I feel like DDP's wider, but RDR is like longer and very lengthy. Let me look this up. He's 6'4". And he's 6 foot. Damn. I think DDP, but DDP's got an amazing matchup ahead of him right now. He's built like SpongeBob. Fun matchup, super fun matchup, man. Who do you think comes out 319? 2 weeks, does it even happen? I just don't. I think RDR needs one more before he gets a title shot. Honestly, I think he's gonna end up getting the loser at 319 because I don't think DDP is gonna get a rematch if Khamzat beats him. If he beats him fast, if it's close, we'll probably see like a Sean Strickland rematch, one defense, and then a gap. You know, like they'll get it after he fought Izzy. You know what I mean? And I just don't think RDR gets a title shot after the Robert win. Excuse me. And whoever wins Amavov versus Kaio, they're going to get the title shot next, in my opinion. Like, hands down. I don't think that Amavov is going to be able to handle Kaio. And it'd be really interesting to see Kaio versus Khamzat. Well, Kaio versus DDP is fun too. But, and that doesn't mean I'm leaning for Khamzat because I don't know how it's going to go. I've been proven wrong by DDP. He's made me more into a believer. The second fight against Strickland really proved that for me. And this is obviously his toughest matchup. Because you know what Khamzat's going to do, man. You know what Khamzat's going to do. You know. Can you stop it? That's the only thing you got to do. Can you stop it? Because if you can't stop it and you're going to be along for the ride, then you better be as good as Connor versus Mendez from the bottom, throwing elbows, bro. You better do your best. You better do your best, man. And that's if he doesn't get your back and automatically choke you out. Every time I think of that, though, I always think of those nasty elbows, man. Somebody asked me about Tony Ferguson the other day. I just stopped at like in his prime and how good he was. I was like, bro, just go look up that photo of his last like 5 or 7 opponents and did that compilation. Just like, that's how he fought, man. You got DDP via giant anvil. What is he gonna do? Pull his dick out? Is that what you're saying? Man, dude, Aaron Pico and Lerone Murphy, though, that's what I'm interested in. I think that's gonna steal fight of the night because that's gonna be the co-main now that they announced it. Man, Lerone Murphy is a dog, and Aaron Pico making that debut. I'm hyped for that. I guess MVP really did not want to make that cut no more, man. I don't blame him. 85 is a bunch of strikers outside of Hamza right now. I guess maybe Kaio. Who would you say is your like number one favorite fighter right now? What would you say? To me, I would personally go with probably Max Holloway or Valentina. Those are my two favorite in the UFC right now. They're just so fun to watch. Every time they fight, I'm tuning in. Bar none. Doesn't matter. Not even close. They're fun to watch, man. They're just fun to watch. I know Valentina gets a lot of hate. Some people really don't like her. To me, she's up there. Possibly the greatest female MMA fighter of all time. Ah, man, I love that Rizvan Kuniev got a shot at number fucking 3 or 4, and then now he's 15. Love that. Bro. Jack Della versus Islam. Apparently that's gonna be in damn, my back. Somebody said November? What am I crazy? I feel like somebody said something about November. It's like a rumor. Keep pinging the cunt. Keep pinging the cunt. Love it. You gotta love those corner side whatever fucking clips you get. Don't let him bully you. Don't let him bully you, son. What was that, Leon? I fucking love that shit, man. It's just so funny. Like some people hate the Apex. That's gotta be the only thing I love about the Apex, that you can hear everything. And then like there's like the commentating team is like commentating, and then like a fighter during the fight will be like, shut the fuck up, or like call out whatever. And it just, I kind of love that aspect of it. But I can also understand that the fighters don't like. And then Alex and Yuri, or Alex and fucking Magomed, bro. Some people think Magomed's gonna sleep Alex. Some people are like legitimately worried about that. I'm not sure that's the case. I really am not sure. I like Alex a lot, man. That's my name too. Cool guy. But there's something about him. And get this, if he loses, then we get him at heavyweight. So who really loses? Right? We win, bro. We get to see him versus probably then heavyweight could be fun. Maybe, right? Like, dude, they have nobody right now, and it's kind of sad. And it like John Jones did exactly what he wanted to do, which was fuck over the whole history of fucking the heavyweight division as soon as he was leaving. And I'm not even saying that in a bad way, because I'm a major John Jones fan. But like, how do I explain this? I grew up watching and loving wrestling, right? And like, every now and again you tune in and like the whole John Cena gimmick bit, whatever, him being heel, where I'm going to take the belt and leave. It was so lame. I just tuned back out and it's just like, meh, right? But that's kind of literally what John Jones did. Like, that's literally what he did. And like, was like, good luck. And then held on to the ponytails and got on the back of the fucking bike. That's literally what he did. He pulled a John Cena's gimmick, like, and here he is. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm back in the White House." Like, I don't know if that's how that works, but this whole ranking system and division, Tom Aspinall, he's beat 7 out of the top 10 already, 8 of the top 10. Derek Lewis can shoot up. No, shoot up. I'm not even talking about drugs. Okay, he's a great dude. I like him. Shoot up the rankings. And then, if you think about it, it's still not like a worthy defense that much for Tom Aspinall because DC defended it like 9 years ago and got him with a crucifixion mount. And like, that was it. He beats Gon now, then it's still the same. Francis beat him. John beat him. Meh. You got DDP by Banana Peel? No way. Is he just going to throw a fucking coaster out there and then Hamzat's going to tear his labia? No, I'm just kidding, man. How you doing? But the whole division for heavyweight has kind of become like a exactly gone with infinite title shot glitch. It's like bullshit. It's literally bullshit, dude. They should have gave it to Volkov, did number 2 or something, giving it to fucking Derek Lewis, even though it's still not that much of a worthy defense. Like something. The Blob, Shamil. Come on, dude. Could have done something, man. Yeah, Volkov won. That's what I'm saying, man. They should have did that too. It's insane. Who you got, man? Alex or Magomed, bro? Who we got here? Dominic Reyes? What about him? Like, go to heavyweight? You saying I look like him? Dog, I've been told I look like Shamil Gaziev, Hamzat Chimaev, Habib. I'm sorry, not Habib. Yeah, maybe. No. Who else was it? Fucking lots of fucking names, bro. Lots of them. Probably like 40 Dagestan fighters that I've been called. Like Meyer Losner, Magomedov, I have no idea. You know? Send them to South Florida 2-3 years, forget about them. They never got me back. I did ask Chad earlier though, like, who's your favorite fighters right now? Number 1, who are you tuning in? They have a pay-per-view today. Who is your main event? My 2 favorites are Max Holloway, Valentina. All right. So I'm sorry, but greatness. Did anybody see the Sergey and John Jones meeting? Because John totally did one of these and then Sergey just like went to the next person. Just moved on. Did anybody see that? That was hilarious. And then John was like, yeah. Like put his hand back down. Man, I'm such a John fan. And he's like completely made this whole retirement like a mockery. Really? So do you think that he won the first one? Because I think Alex could have edged out the victory in the first one. It was close, but a lot of people are saying that big Ank, whatever the fuck, dude's gonna sleep him. I just don't see it. I'm not seeing it. Ankh alive? And I hate to say this because I'm actually, like, I don't mind Khalil Roundtree. I actually don't. But as soon as, like, he just went back on Joe Rogan, I, like, started listening to it, and I'm like, man, it feels like I've listened to, like, any of his interviews and, like, turned it off. Personally, don't know if anyone else has that same feeling. Like, it's like, I don't hate you, but it just kind of I was saying that too, man. I was saying that if he loses, then he goes to heavyweight anyways. So who really loses? Nobody. Us the fans, we probably get something at heavyweight, which is why I started talking about all the bullshit with John Jones and how he left the division. I would love to see Tom versus Alex. I think anybody would love to see Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira. Now, I think if Pereira wins, then he might try to just do a champion versus champion. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get away with that. And does it warrant a trilogy? Yeah, he's totally not going to be on the White House card, man. As much as I would love for him to be. Dude, Tom versus Ngannou. Did you hear any rumors that Dakota Ditcheva, even on Ariel Helwani, was making comments about like a brand versus brand, and you never know, her versus Valentina. And I would love that. She is so fun to watch. Dakota is the next star in women's MMA. By far. And then that would lead to Tom versus Ngannou. And then that would also bridge back the gap of the linear, whatever you want to say, heavyweight title. Okay. Oh yeah, 1000%, bro. 1000%. I think we all saw that. And if you didn't, about 900 media outlets ran with it. So I don't know where you were if you didn't see that one, because everyone loves to bring up anything Dana says about John. Is what it is. I understand. But is it going to happen? Is the White House card even going to happen? I know they talked about maybe possible logistics and stuff, but yeah, I know, man. Dude, he also said fucking women would never main event in the UFC, right? Or fight in the UFC. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. It's going to happen. If Turkey can throw enough money at him, then we can get a PFL versus UFC. That'd be amazing. Oh, Corey can win, bro. Corey can win. Corey, in my opinion, unless we get a healthy Umar, I think even healthy Umar might have had trouble winning that first fight. More experience is probably what he needed, and that's what he's getting now. Like how Marcus just lost to Peter. I know he's 35. Not a young prospect. We already know that shit. But it's not necessarily about that. It's how you bounce back. Always. What'd you learn? How'd you get better? How honest, raw, and pure were you about the competition? You know, like that's how I see it. And to me, Corey's that guy. Corey's that type of guy that he's so he is so different from Sean O'Malley that I think he would have beat Sean. But We'll see if that happens. That's probably my dream 135 matchup. If Corey wins, Sean makes his way back to the belt. Oh my God, that's a bout. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too, Error. That's what I'm thinking too. He needs to fight against a contender. Let me scroll this up here. I got the rankings in front of me. Sean just lost. Umar just got scheduled against, was it Song? Again? This is loading, hold on. Who did he just get announced? He didn't even get announced, did he? Am I crazy? I probably got sentineled or some fucking fake shit I saw online that I think's real. That's most likely probably what happened. Yeah, it probably wasn't. I just looked it up, but it doesn't show as like his history here for the next fight. I mean, Peter just knocked off. Sean just lost. Umar's in this. I mean, you could do Peter versus Sean too, but then that leaves Umar alone. And then I don't think Sean deserves another shot easy, especially after you got an easy rematch. You didn't even have to fight another contender to go get it. But I think it was more or less process of elimination at that point for him to get that title shot. And then, man, Sean versus Umar, I don't think is good for Sean. I really don't think so. I don't think so. I think Sean versus Peter's good for Sean. But is it about protecting Sean? Is it about, protecting Sean, right? If you're the matchmaker. Figgy just lost. Oh, I saw online. That's what it was. Online, it was rumored Batista and Umar. Bautista versus Sean is good too. Is a good guy trying to be bad, and Jones is a bad guy trying to be good. I think Jones gave up the good guy image a long time ago, ever since that ESPN. Hey, you still there, pussy? Yeah, I'm still here. You know, you're a real piece of shit. I watched that the other day, bro. One of the greatest fucking things in sports history. You gotta love it. He's just sitting there. Hey, pussy, you still there? You don't, if I'm DC, you don't even fucking reply. You reply, instantly you're a pussy. Sorry. Just leave it. But I think you're right. Topuria, good dude, at heart, trying to portray an image, but it almost feels as though he's, I don't want to say backtracking it, but toning it down. The performances and the results speak more volume than him having to say anything at this point. So for him, not having to be as much of a douchebag, right? Kind of is paying off because of the performances. That's how I see it. And I'm not trying to be that guy of, oh, bro, I knew that was the case. But if you knew Topuria could crack, you could go back to see any Charles Oliveira fight. The dude's chinny. He's going to get dropped. It just felt like it was right. That's Ilya he is an interesting dude, man. Did you watch the he did, I'm not a big like Nelk fan. I'm not like a fanboy of some creators like that. I try to watch kind of like different stuff I find interesting. So like the Topuria stuff came up, and he was on a live stream with Nelk, and like Nelk, Kyle, and like whatever, like Steiny, and like I don't know the other dude's names off rip. But they went to like his house and like trained with him, and then like you could tell that like Topuria literally just like loves his life and like what he's doing, and he's not a bad dude. He's not like Connor on the boat or on the fucking beach in Miami, or got the weight hanging from, you know, his thing and posting photos, you know, like the drugs do that shit. Okay. The coke do that. That's what that does. Melts your fucking brain. It doesn't seem like Ilya's on that wave. So I'll give him that. We might actually be able to see someone I don't want to say Topuria has no talent. That's not what I mean by this comment. But right time, right person, right place. That's what it just feels like for him. I'm not making excuses for his victories, but timing means a lot. Okay? Burp almost. Volk comes off his KO loss. Quick turnaround, gets KO'd by Ilya. Islam versus Topuria in UFC 400 for the heavyweight title because they keep moving up. So he keeps moving up, trying to chase him. That's fucking hilarious. I was just about to say, him coming back down in weight, Max, was a big reason why I think he lost that fight. Having that up and down, you go even look at boxing, bro. Roy Jones Jr. going from heavyweight back down, was it? I don't know all the divisions and all of that, but that's not good for anybody. Putting on muscle mass to come back down. Max going against Justin, getting geared for a 55 run, but then gets gifted a title shot. I mean, come on. He does. And especially after going to 155 and coming back down, I think he made the biggest mistake going and facing Dustin for the interim at 155 the first time. It derailed his title run. It derailed his then return to 155. And then it messed him again when he did it for the BMF and then went back for another title shot. And then here he is. And in my opinion, we got to see the best version of Max Holloway. Against Dustin at 318? Come on. Appreciate you, Era. And hopefully you get to see you in the future, man. You have a great one. Thanks for chilling. I'm gonna be doing this a lot more often. But Max Holloway being able to do that not only takes so much on your body, but just so much off your career. What is he, 33? He's not even that old. Let me double check. Yeah, he's 33. He's right there at 155. He's perfectly placed. He's not too old, man. I think Max, and some people might not be too happy about me saying this, but I think Max deserves a title shot. I really do. I think Max versus Ilya at 155. You got the 155 belt. You got the BMF belt. We are putting both on the line. The baddest dudes walking out as champ and BMF. Final, no questions asked. There's no more questions about Ilya getting a win over Max coming back down to 45. He could do it at 55. He could do it at both. That's if he wins. But if Max wins, then all the questions are clear and we got a new fucking champ. How about that? I think that is what is best for 155. Armin, go face Patty. Ilya, go face Max in a rematch. That's how I see it, bro. That's how I see it. Charles, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. And I know Justin, you do really want a title shot, but beating Fiziev is not gonna get you that title shot, bro. It's like RDR beating Robert Whittaker. It's not gonna get you the title shot, bro. It's just not good enough. And it's not me. It's not me you're trying to please. It's the brass. And if you've already pissed off the brass by saying you're going to retire, well, guess what Dana does? Dana punishes motherfuckers that go against what the brass want. And guess what? Look at Armin. Armin pulled out. And you're threatening to retire? I'm sorry. But we've seen what he does just for someone pulling out. You think he's going to do that for you to retire? I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Armin versus Patty. Was Armin versus Justin even a thing? I don't think so. Was it? Wait, did Charles and Justin already fucking face each other? Am I tripping? They did. And then he got, yeah. Oh my God. Fucking 3 years ago. How am I just now remembering this? Yeah, so there's no way, Justin. Yeah, you got to go get that rematch back, dude. That's how I'm seeing it. That's what I was about to say. You got to go face Charles again. I wasn't going to say again because I completely forgot, but still, they're not going to reward you getting you a title shot if you're going to be threatening to leave the company, man. I'm just not seeing it. And then Dan Hooker's just doing his best to get in the mix and calling out Armin Tsarukyan. It's tough, bro. It's tough. And this weekend I'm going to be out of town. But they just, man, they really just canceled that fucking fight, huh? Yeah, they did. Dolidze and Hernandez is what I'm very interested in, because if Hernandez gets another win here in this division, more and more they got to start respecting that 8-fight win streak. I'm telling you, man. Damn, there's some really good fights coming up too, man. Like that fight night in China and Shanghai. Like co-main. Aljamain Sterling and Brian Ortega. That's a pretty good co. I really want to see how Tim Elliott and Kaya Sakura are going to scrap. All right. Well, as of right now, we're going to go ahead and call it. We're going to call it, chat. It's my first stream back. Just a little over an hour. Chilling, talking, bullshitting. We'll continue to talk sports. We'll continue to pick it up. I got to get back into a nice swing of things. And this is back. This is back to me grinding over here and focusing on sports content, getting back to what I think is best for me. So appreciate y'all. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good one.